Morning, everybody. Today we are on Psalm 19. The chief musician, a psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuits unto the ends of it. And there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, even excuse me. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold. Sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Sorry, I had a bit of a coughing fit right before I started recording. So my throat is kind of raw right now. I'm still fighting this cold, whatever it is. I do feel better, but it does feel like my throat is going to do that thing where it gets all dry and nasty, and then it starts moving down to my lungs, and I start coughing up. Hopefully, not too bad. This I've had colds that have been worse than this, so this, this shouldn't be too bad. But let's unpack some stuff that we found in here. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Yes, it does. Whether you want to believe the earth is flat or not, something glorious that the Father has made for us is the heavens, is the firmament, is this beautiful clock that the world is. It is a clock. I saw there was a meme posted the other day. The sun counts down the hours, the moon counts down the days, the stars count down the months. It's a clock. It's the most beautiful, amazing clock ever made. And when you see the world like that, I think it does something to you. It opens your eyes to amazing possibilities. And that's kind of what brought me to this point is I stopped and looked at it and I just thought it's unreal to think that this whole thing could just be just a tabletop. Of course the Bible says that it's a footstool, so it's a footstool, fine, but just kind of imagine it though as just this long flat surface. It's like a gigantic. They're not called dioramas. What are they called? Like models, like scale models, encased in a dome, and there's water outside. Like we're in a pool. It boggles the mind. I actually went out the other day. Um, I know a lot of people aren't going to want to hear this because a lot of people just don't believe the Earth is flat. And hey, that's cool. That's fine. You don't have to. I never said you had to believe anything that I believe. I believe it because, for starters, the book says, uh, and we can just see too far. If it's not flat, then it's bigger than we think, which means that somebody somewhere has to redo their scientific calculations, but they won't because they won't admit they're wrong. They'll never admit they're wrong. But I went outside the other day because we've been talking about our granddaughter, teaching her all the ways of the world, the correct, proper ways of the world. And I had joked about teaching her the truth, and I'm going to let her understand the truth. She can believe whatever she wants to believe. If she doesn't want to follow us, that's cool. I'm not going to force my opinions on her just because she chooses to believe the world. But I'm going to give her second opinions. I'm going to have her use discernment in all things. So I went outside and I looked up. And it was a clear, perfect day. Perfect, beautiful. That it was like a 71 degrees, maybe 70 degrees. Just absolutely beautiful. Not a cloud in the sky. And I looked up and the sky was just this perfect shade of blue. And the only thing I could think of was my granddaughter asking me why the sky was blue. I said, because it's water. I just, I just, it caught me. It was one of those moments where you just have to chuckle to yourself, And yeah, it was a moment. It was a moment, you know, that I know is going to come up. I know that's going to be something that comes up, and that she and I are going to have to talk about. But it's one of those moments that woke me up, 4 or 5 years ago, however long it's been. That when you really sit down and look at it and you think about it, and you think about how clocks work, and when you zoom out on what the world is or could be, and you think about how clocks work, it's an amazing thing. It's an absolute amazing thing. Just the beauty of it, the complexity, the everything. And it's all summed up in this passage. And the firmament showeth his handiwork. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. And the heavens declare his handiwork. Where is it? Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. The heavens declare the glory of God. This could be taken literal as well, because the angels, those that are in the sky, the watchers, they it is said that they rejoice, they sing their praises to God. all day, every day. And we've talked about it several times how when you focus sound through water, light is created. And I was the one guy that was saying that special, you need very special, you know, what was it? Very special ways of having, light focused in on water. You can't just have, sound running through water and it creates light. It has to be in a special laboratory environment. Well, you know that. How do you know that the firmament's not a special laboratory environment? You don't know. You don't know what's going on out there. You cannot. You cannot make the Earth round by looking in the sky. You can't do it. You can say, "Oh, it moves this way, it moves that way, therefore we have to be on a round spinning ball out in the middle of nowhere." Not not by you just standing outside with a telescope looking out into the sky. You cannot say that. Somebody said, and I have to look this up because I didn't know that it was in the book, but somebody had said in the book of Enoch, and I actually have the book of Enoch right here with me. Somebody had said in one of the chapters, chapter 8, 18, I don't remember. But they said that the chapter 80. Okay, here you go. You ready for it? And in those days, this is the books of Enoch. This is chapter 80, not 81, 80. Sorry. In those days, the sun shall be seen, and he shall journey in the evening on the extremity of the great chariot in the west. Shall shine more brightly than accords with the order of light. And many chiefs of the stars shall transgress the order. And these shall alter their orbits and tasks, and not appear as the seasons prescribe to them. All right, this is chapter 80, verse 7. And the whole order of the stars shall be concealed from the sinners. The thoughts of those on earth shall err concerning them. And it's in brackets here. And they shall be altered from all their ways. Yea, they shall err and take them to be gods. And evil shall be multiplied upon them, and punishment shall come upon them, so as to destroy all. And the whole order of the stars shall be concealed from the sinners, and the thoughts of those on earth shall err concerning them. And you can say, yea, and you can say that, they shall err and take them to be gods, but the whole order of the stars shall be concealed from the sinners. The whole order of the stars shall be concealed from the sinners. I'm going to say that again for the people in the cheap seats. The whole order of the stars shall be concealed from the sinners, and God shall send them strong delusion, because they chose to believe the lie and chose to live in their unrighteousness. Even the book of Enoch says that those that choose to live in unrighteousness shall believe the lie, shall believe the deception, and the whole order of the stars shall be hidden from them. So no, you cannot tell the shape of the earth by looking at the sky. It even says it. And I'm sure if you really dug into the Bible, there's probably a passage that says the same exact thing, because it seems like every time somebody says the Book of Enoch says something, I give it a couple months and somebody will say, well, here's the corresponding passage in the Bible. If you want to believe that the Book of Enoch is some made up text from somebody back in 600 AD or whatever, that's fine. But whoever wrote that book knew more about the Bible than you will ever know. Ever know. Whoever wrote the book of Jasher knew the Bible more than you will ever know. So people that say, "Oh, it's not, those books aren't inspired scripture." Oh no, they're not inspired. But I'll tell you what, those people had an understanding of the world way beyond anything you could ever have, way beyond anything I could ever have. And what else do we have going on here? In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, a place where the sun can go before he comes back out. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit, which is a closed circuit, unto the ends of the earth. That means that the sun moves, not the earth. And there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. Of course, the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. Yes, it is. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. From the mouth of babes. The meek shall inherit the earth. Uh, the judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. The judgments of the Lord are more to be desired than that of gold, more to be desired than that of possessions, and sweeter than honey and the honeycomb. Judgments of the Lord are better than possessions and food. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. And the next couple lines make me think about that passage that we just read in Enoch. It makes you think about that passage. We are the main focus of this started as the heavens and the sky, and then of course it goes to the law of the Lord, the statutes of the Lord, the judgments of the Lord. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright and shall be innocent from the great transgression. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. And again, we're talking about the heavens. It makes you think. When you put it in a context of what the book of Enoch just said about the sinners will not understand what's going on up in the sky, is that what was the exact line? I just put the book away. I shouldn't have put a book away. And the whole order of stars shall be concealed by the sinners. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. And the thoughts of those on the earth shall err concerning them. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. It's the first time I've ever really done this, is taken both books at the same time, open them up to find one thing. But this is when you really get down and understand it. I mean, you don't have to memorize it word for word. A lot of people will memorize this stuff word for word, and they can rattle off passages like they're nothing, and it's cool on them. I absolutely agree with that. I don't agree with the people that say, well, if you don't have the book or you don't have the Bible memorized, then you can't say anything out of it. No, no, you can get general ideas all the time, and you can hear somebody says, this passage means this passage means that, and then you can hear somebody else say, well, this passage in this book has something to do with this passage in this book. What I have with me, I have a red letter Bible that actually has a lot of the corresponding passages already written down in them. A lot of these don't uh, don't hook up with stuff that comes in the New Testament, which I always stop and think, well, maybe I ought to write that in because sometimes these do tend to have something going on, but just because whoever sat down with this Bible and said that this passage corresponds with something that comes later on or comes before that, maybe they missed it. Maybe they didn't know. This is true discernment. This is why you have to listen to everything. You can't just listen to one person say one thing all the time. You have to listen to many different people and take what you can and then prove it for yourself so that you can understand what these things mean. It's what I have done. And this is where my understanding of not only the Bible, but my understanding of the extra biblical books comes from. As I hear several different people, and if one person says something, I have to stop and I have to go look at it. Like this Book of Enoch thing, man. I don't know where I pulled that out of my randomly pulled that out of my ass. Chapter 80. I knew it was it was in the somebody said it was in the book, so I was like, well, it was either 80 or 81, and wouldn't you know it, God pointed my finger almost exactly to the page as soon as I opened the book up. Something going on here, kids. I shouldn't say kids because kids can't watch my program because, or kids can't listen to this because YouTube says that my videos aren't suitable for children. Whatever. There's something going on here. There's something going on here. What it is ain't exactly clear. Um, there's a lot going on there. Definitely a lot going on there. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright and I shall not, or bleh. Then shall I be upright and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Shall be innocent from transgression. Interesting stuff. I'm gonna have to go. We kind of went a little bit over here. It was cool. This was cool. This is a cool little thing. I like this. I like it whenever you find good books like that in the Bible and you're able to actually sit there and talk about it. Now I can't have that conversation with you know a pure Bible believing guy that's studied the Bible for years and years and years. I can't have that conversation with them because they are so indoctrinated into the book that if you stray off of what they know, they can't cope. Their cognitive dissonance kicks in, and they cannot cope with your new understandings of what you found. So they will fight it. I've had this happen. So it's kind of disappointing. It's actually very disappointing whenever it comes around. That's why I actually enjoy it a lot that I have such a fresh outlook on it. That I was able to remember the things that I had questioned whenever I was a teenager. When I would read certain passages, especially back whenever I was a teenager, whenever I was trying to disprove a lot of what the Bible was saying. Yes, I was that kid. I've talked about this before too. And now I point at most of those scriptures and I say, "Ha ha! See, this is where you do find out that it's true." It's amazing how my life works. All part of God's plan, I guess. But, anyways, guys, I gotta get off of here. I have to go to work. I have to blow my nose. Um, I will not be doing one tomorrow because, like I said, I am packing or I am moving boxes tomorrow all day. I ask again if you want to pray, pray for strength for me, pray for health, so we can get this move done. And probably the next time that I do one of these, which will probably be Tuesday, I will be doing it from the new house. So until then, I might even come on camera just show you guys the new house. But until then, take care. God bless. Definitely read your Bibles. Use your own discernment. And I don't know. I don't have anything after that. I don't. I don't have anything after that. God bless you guys. Take care.